Monday to Friday, 12:45 to 2 p.m. The Lunchroom. Informative, enlightening, provocative, engaging. The Lunchroom on RCI. Food for thought. The station that gives you, more lunch.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Lunchroom on Radio Caribbean International. It's Tuesday, the 9th of July, 2024. This is program number 1210 of the Lunchroom, and I'm your host, Calix George Jr. Now, in addition to 101.1 FM, you can also get us at our website. It is rcisaintlucia.com. We're streaming live there. And as well on Facebook, just search for the official page of Radio Caribbean International. And of course, please be sure to like and share that link as well with your friends and family. If you'd like to call in to tell us what's on your plate today, the number to do so is 452-3046. Again, 452-3046. And you can also reach us via WhatsApp. And that number is 724-0008. And you can use both. You can call in as well as message in if you don't want your voice on air. And again, that WhatsApp number is 724-0008. Now, we want to send out some birthday greetings for today. First, Mr. Michael Bartlett. Happy birthday to you, sir. And we do hope that you're having a wonderful birthday celebration. Also to Mr. Trevor Heath. Happy birthday to you, sir. And we do hope that you're having a great day indeed. Hope it's blessed. Also sending some birthday greetings out to a former classmate of mine, Mr. Elroy Cupid. Happy birthday to you, sir. Marla Didier Nicholas, you're celebrating your birthday as well, and we're wishing you an absolutely fantastic birthday today. A bit of history for the day. Well, back in the year 1868, Louisiana and South Carolina were the last states to ratify the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, guaranteeing civil rights. In the year 1893, a surgeon, Daniel Hale, performed the first successful open heart surgery when he repaired the torn pericardium of a knife wound patient, James Cornish, without the use of penicillin or a blood transfusion. 1971, on this day, saw U.S. National Security Advisor Henry Kissinger secretly visiting the People's Republic of China to negotiate a détente between the United States and China. On this day in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia in 2002, the African Union was established, and its first chairman was the president of South Africa, Thabo Mbeki. And in 2017, on this day, the Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi proclaimed victory over Islamic State forces in the city of Mosul. And now we're going to be speaking about, of course, it is summertime. It's vacation time. School is out. And the Cultural Development Foundation has something good for you if you are a parent out there, perhaps looking for some useful educational engagement for your child or ward. They've got a very special youth summer arts platform which they want to share. And that, in fact, is going to be our dish of the day. We'll be right back. The Daily Dish is brought to you the kind compliments of our good friends at Tiles Plus.
One tiles for your home, I see. Bathroom, kitchen, pantry. Need tiles for your balcony. Come down to Tiles Plus, satisfaction guarantee. Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus. Big tiles with unbeatable cost. Customer service, A+. Need all kind of tiles. Come down to Tiles Plus. We also got gasway and vanity. Books, doors, you'll see. Come down to my nobody. We got the best tiles on island. Trust me. We are located Land Street in Castries, Bosses Jugozi Lanes, and Slack Street in Beaufort. Telephone number 453-7939.
Yo! Serving now, the Daily Dish. This has been the Daily Dish.
Sorry about that. And of course, as I did mention, the school year has come to an end, and we are into that interregnum of about 8 or so weeks, within which every parent is looking and counting down the days already to the recommencement of school. Of course, that is because it's always a very interesting period having youngsters at home, and of course they can quite often complain of boredom. They complain of not having enough stuff to do, and you would definitely want to get them back out of the house and into something useful. And I think the Cultural Development Foundation might have the answer to you. And in fact, it's called a Youth Summer Arts Platform. Now, to tell us all about that, I'm very pleased to introduce my two guests for today. For our dish of the day, Mr. Anthony Wilkie Jr. He is the Senior Officer for Training, Promotion, and Development at the Cultural Development Foundation, as well as Media and Communications Officer, Mr. Ryan Germain. Gentlemen, thank you so very much for coming into the program to tell us about some of the wonderful opportunities for young people this summer through the CDF.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you for having us. We know it's a busy season. The Vaval
Carnival is right amongst us, right? Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
So it's good that we reached out. It's good that you invited us. So thank you very much for having us. Thanks to RCI for that.
Definitely wonderful. Now, of course, it's that 8 weeks of summer, very, very long period of time. What is happening with the CDF during the summer period? I mean, beyond, of course, all the other engagements.
I mean, you talk about 8 weeks, but we are willing to take on the young people for 5 of those weeks. Yeah. So
Wow,
the Youth
okay.
Summer Arts Platform is going to be running for 5 weeks out of the summer. So that's a chunk of the summer that the young people are going to be positively occupied, out of the house, being bored, not on the streets looking for trouble or anything like that. 5 weeks of productivity in the arts and culture. Again, the Youth Summer Arts Platform. We launch from the 18th of July to the 23rd of August.
Next week, Thursday.
Very soon, straight after Carnival. And
18th of July to the 23rd of August.
23rd of August, yes. And it's not only happening in the north.
Wow, okay.
We also have a leg of the camp happening concurrently in the south.
So it's two locations.
Okay. Yes, we will be at the Patricia D. James Secondary School, that's in the north, and the VA4 Primary in Viewfort. So young people are invited to come and be part of that process. Come learn about the arts and culture. We have many different disciplines that we are incorporating into the camp.
Now before you get too much into the actual, nuts and bolts of what's on offer, who can actually attend this? I mean, what are the age limits?
Very wide range, from 7 to 17.
7 to 17.
7 to 17. Yeah. So we basically.
So from primary school
to secondary.
Up into the secondary school.
So we are trying to cater to as many young people as possible. Again, we understand the social climate of what being unoccupied can lead to. So we are trying our best to accommodate and give them an avenue where they can be well engaged in positive and meaningful activity.
Yeah. And of course, added to that, that age range is so important because that's a vital time in a young person's life where they're not developing their identity. And especially the CDF, we really want to reinforce that cultural identity in young people, passing on that legacy, that understanding of like what is Jabla, what is masquerade dancing, what is ballet, some of the components that are in our culture, but they reside presently in the heads of some of the older generation. Okay, so we want to pass that down to what you call what's it now? The Gen X and the Gen Alpha or something like that. Gen Z, yeah. So we want to make sure we pass those very important concepts, those very important folklore, the understanding of that culture to them. So that, of course, we have that continuation in the cultural heritage.
Oh, this is really sounding fantastic. Now, before we get into that, I mean, some people may be already asking, okay, we have the date, the kids are ready, I'm ready to bring them down. Is there a fee? Is there some sort of charge? I mean, because obviously they're going to be.
It's not free.
I mean,
It's not free. Let's establish it is not free.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would love
one
for
thing
it
I
to
want
be,
understand, because
but
you've got obviously facilitators
yep,
and the cost
all
of
the
food
materials will
and
be provided,
and-
field trips,
And he didn't tell you the best
everything is
part.
incorporated.
He has not told you the best part.
Go ahead, tell them
The
What-
best
what
part
is
is
the
that
best part?
at the end of the 5 weeks, they will be putting on a production
Oh.
of what they learned.
Oh, this is
So it's not
splendid.
just I'm passing on skills to you. I'm passing on information that is going to be part of your identity.
So
And
you're
of
gonna-
course,
you have to prove that they've
yeah,
actually learned
yeah.
stuff.
So they're going to
something,
be
yep.
doing
An
stage
actual-
management,
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
coordinating the crowd to have a seat. So we're going to see someone including, okay, doing the narration for things, the dancers, the music. All those things will be
So it's going to be
the
a
participants.
full-scale production
Yeah.
that the public is invited to purchase tickets and come out and support the young people at the end of their 5-week program.
Oh, this is fantastic.
So
Now,
all
you-
that for $200
So
for the 5 weeks.
$200
For the 5 weeks. For the 5
5
weeks.
weeks.
Well,
All
I'm-
inclusive.
that has to be cheaper than daycare or babysitting or a lot of other programs that are out there.
It's cheaper than a lot of things. We can say that for sure.
Indeed. So I'm assuming that you've got some sponsors on board, and I guess you might be able to tell us about that a little later on. How long is this? I mean, yes. How long is it during the daytime? I mean, is
During
it
the
a full
daytime,
day? Is it-
it's a full day from 9 to 3.
Okay.
9 to 3, Monday to Friday. The young people will be with the CDF at the Youth Samaj platform, taking care of business, learning the culture, being meaningfully engaged.
Now, tell us a little bit about the facilitators and the culture. Who you bringing on board to
Okay, well,
impart different aspects. of
Every
it?
year for YSAP, we try to look at a different cultural form because, again, we at the CDF, our part of our mandate is preservation of culture. And we tried our best to do that through education. And who better to educate than the young people? And who better to pass on that knowledge than the masters who already exist? So all of our facilitators are experts in their field. We have persons from as great as Nigel Nestor, master drummer. We would have seen his work at the Jazz and Arts on the Square, the Big Drum Project.
And he just recently came from Venezuela as well in a
Yep.
cultural exchange.
Mhm.
So
To as not to use the word low, but in terms of rank, yeah, we go as far back as having other young people who have been through YSAP and now they're at the level where they can facilitate. So we have Miss Shine Savory, for example, coming out of Jamaica, and she has been a young person involved in YSAP for a number of years now. And this year she's coming on as a facilitator to pass on some of that knowledge that she herself has gotten through the program. So we have a wide range of expertise that the young people get to tap into in terms of not just the skills, but their personalities, their takes on culture, and all of that.
Fantastic. Now, you said you're focusing each year on a particular area of culture. What is the focus this year? I mean, you mentioned ballet. I don't know if there's other
Yes.
stuff happening in there. Yes.
Well, ballet is our cultural form for this year.
Okay.
Last year we looked at masquerade. This year we're looking at the ballet. What is special about the ballet is that St. Lucia is actually one of 6 countries in the world which practices ballet. And unfortunately, it's a dying art form. So we thought it was fitting to take on the task and pass on the mantle, pass on that information. Again, going back to our mandate of preservation of culture. We don't want it to die. We want the young people to accept that this is ours. We have the responsibility to keep it alive, keep it thriving. And we are aiming to do that this year through the Youth Samaj platform.
Now, some people may have just a very cursory idea of what ballet is. They might just know it's a dance form. But tell us a little bit about that. You mentioned we're only one of 6 countries. What is it? What makes ballet so?
Well, what
what differentiates
is
it from just quadrille?
right. So it's an umbrella term essentially. So there are a number of other dances under the ballet umbrella. But it's not only about the dances. Yes, there are drums, drum rhythms that are specific to the ballet, as well as songs. So it's basically a trio working together over multiple variations of dances that can be done under that umbrella term called ballet. So the young people will not only be looking at masquerade, they will be doing one thing. When I say masquerade, that's one thing. Yes, it has the costume element and the characters and the music, but with the ballet we have the dance, we have the singing, and we have the drumming.
Yeah.
Now you're saying that, of course, you're specializing in that, but will they be exposed to other aspects of culture during that 5 week
Oh,
period?
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. So we are focusing on ballet, but in terms of artistic disciplines, this year we also have steel pan happening. We have drumming and percussion as one of our major things. As well as we are doing a special this year where we are inviting theater art students to participate in a summer intensive in stagecraft, which is one of the components being offered for CSEC Theater Arts. Um, so we are
So this is
again.
all during the same
This is
youth
all
art
5 weeks.
platform.
during the
Yes.
5 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a very packed program. Again, trying to cater to as many young people as possible. So as you can see, it's not just the culture, but we're tapping into school as well. With the theater arts program, when you go back to school, half of the work is already done. And it's not only the theoretical because we're ending their production. So that means those students doing the stagecraft have an opportunity to put all that they've learned into the practical.
Now, there may be
Yeah.
some parents who be thinking, my child has almost no interest in this. They come home, they go to their room, and they're playing Roblox or the Fortnite, or why should they actually get involved in this?
Well, I mean, there are a number of benefits to it. Yes, the obvious is we need something
To engage
to
you
engage them.
during the
But it's very important that we teach the young people positive expression, and they get to do that through the culture. So one of the beautiful things about YSAP is that it's not for experts. Yes, we cater to novices, first timers. Everyone is
soon to be
welcome.
creative.
Soon to be creative. The artistic child.
So I was born with two
basically.
left legs. It's okay.
It's
still-
You can
totally
come.
okay. By the time the 5 weeks are done, you might have one right leg and half of a left. You know?
Yeah. Or maybe you might be proficient in being a stage manager, getting that understanding of everything needs to move in sequence, what needs to move first, second, and coordinating. So
No.
there's an opportunity for everyone.
And again, because of the plethora of things that are being offered, you get to find your niche as well. So everyone does not have to be on stage. Everything that we see on stage, again, taking into that we're in the carnival season, there are persons behind the scenes that you don't see making all the big shows possible. That's again an opportunity for the young people to find a niche, figure out what they're comfortable with, but still be part of the process.
How long has the Cultural Development Foundation been putting on this Youth Summer Arts
You've
program?
some as well. Wow, I cannot even tell you how far back that goes. I can speak for me. I have been doing the program since 2017, and I know that it probably predates some 10, 15 years before that.
Okay.
Where they started off, I believe,
Probably
at
as
the
old as the
Anglican.
Cultural Development
Right,
Foundation.
right. But you see, the thing about it is, it's not always been called YSAP. There
Okay.
has always
Yeah.
been a summer program with
Right.
the CDF. But evolution. We try to see how we can innovate and be creative and tap into what the young people are interested in. So that way, we are not just forcing them to come, but they want to come. They see the value in what we are doing, and they see the opportunity for them to grow. And that's why we revamp. And that's why we've come to the term now that is called Youth Summer Arts Platform.
Okay, now there's some parents who probably already want your number. So just give it out at this point so that you can
Take it away,
get the
right?
particulars as to how they can find out what they need to do to register, when is the deadline, that kind of.
All right, what you can do is that you could visit parents, if you are on Facebook, Instagram, any means of social media, Snapchat or TikTok, any one of those, you could go to the CDF website as well, and then you could find information in regards to the Youth Summer Arts platform. If you don't know where the CDF is, the CDF office is located next to the National Cultural Center on Banan Hill. So you could also come there as well, get that information. There's a flyer on the door immediately, and you could scan the QR code if you want to sign up immediately. And that link is also on social media, and you could pay as well at the CDF offices. I think you could come to pay now, because I think as we left the office to come down to the radio station, we saw some parents already paying
Yep.
for their kids to attend YSAP. So it's something that would be very positive for all young people, and not only the theater art students, as Wilkie said, but I think it's important that the CDF, as the custodians of culture, we do our best to not only speak about culture in different realms when it comes to, let's say, jazz or emancipation, which is upcoming, or carnival, but we also need to worry about how we're transmitting that culture to the young people. And that is the most important thing, because we're not going to be here forever. And if they know, they can keep it alive. Okay? That's the most important thing.
Intergenerational exchange is really, really important. And now, of course, it's starting next week, Thursday, the 18th. You said it's $200. That works out to be $8 a day. Something is not working out with the math.
The math not mathing. The math not mathing.
I mean, this I assume there's some good level of subsidy that is being done there through the Cultural Development Foundation to put this on.
Yeah, but you will also have to appreciate that we understand the context, especially the economic situation. And of course, parents are invested in buying books and new book lists, uniforms and different aspects like that. And of course, include the technology. But we also appreciate that culture, when you think about it, culture does not have a price tag. Culture is intangible. It's something that stays with you. So if you are get a liking and you become a connoisseur of the visual arts, or film and photography, or ballet, or drumming, these are things that actually stay with you. And these things cannot be, you said, resold. It forms your identity. So I think that is the value, that is the intangible value the CDF wants to transmit. And I think that's just more than $200.
Yep.
I mean, as a corollary of it, it doesn't have a value, but yet still it's completely valuable. And of course, it's a wonderful opportunity to add value to the experience. So it's really, really wonderful what the CDF is doing. It's happening between the 18th to the 23rd. Some parents might say they may not be able to do the entire period. Is that?
But that's okay. That's totally okay. Again, whatever portion of the time that the young people can do, I mean, we would love to have them for the entirety, especially to experience that production at the end.
Right.
But what's at the core of it is the transmission of the culture, them being engaged positively, them learning about what is inherently St. Lucian. So we understand that there'll be visitors who will be coming and they want to be part of the program, but they're only here for 3 weeks. That's totally fine. You're welcome to come on board, come and grasp as much as you can to take back and share the culture, keep it alive.
Absolutely fantastic. And I hope perhaps you can come back on the program with some of these students, these young people, so that they can then promote that presentation at the end.
That's definitely possible.
I think RCI should.
We take that as an invitation.
RCI should maybe said come to the production as well.
We will try to. Of course.
Yeah, but not only RCI, the public. Remember, the public is invited to come out to see this spectacle of a performance by the young people. Now, I should tell you the minimum amount of time that's normally allotted for the preparation of a production is 6 weeks. And these young people are going to be doing it in 5. And let me tell you, it is going to be spectacular. It has always been spectacular. And this year, we're looking to kick it up a notch. So you don't want to miss it. Definitely look out for the promotion of the production. We want the public to come out and support the young people, because without that support, they do not fully understand that what they're doing is important, is valuable. So come out and support them at the end of the 5
Well, I hope it's on the emancipation calendar as well, that presentation. I mean, it's coming right up.
Right up.
Yep. So, definitely. Wonderful. Youth Summer Arts Platform. It's being put on by the Cultural Development Foundation. And we've been speaking with Ryan Germain and Anthony Wilkie Jr. of the CDF. And it's happening 18th to the 23rd. Whole day for students 7 to 17 at the Pat James Secondary School, formerly Vidboutte, as well as in Leclerc, as well as the VA4 Primary School. 2 locations, only $200, $8 a day. Like I said, it really is a bargain.
Full package for that.
And of course, that is a great exposure for your children, wards, nieces, nephews, whatever the case may be. So thank you so very much, gentlemen. Any parting words?
I think in closing, I just want to again encourage the parents and the young people to come out and be part of the Youth Summer Arts Platform. It's truly an experience, one that will stay with you forever. I know we often say that, but I guarantee you will not forget this experience at the Youth Summer Arts Platform. So if you're listening right now, If you're following us on social media, sign up, register, come and be part of the Youth Summer Arts Platform 2024.
Wonderful. And
Yeah.
next year, hopefully, you guys will be doing costume making. And I'm just throwing some different ideas out as to things that you can already be doing.
We did attempt a carnival headpiece design and construction workshop, which ended really, really well with secondary schools from the north. I believe I have to say thank you, St. Lucia. Your engagement on that post was outstanding because people voted. People said they liked this piece, and it's still up. And we use that to also select a people's choice.
Right.
So that was awesome. So St. Lucians come out to support. Thank you for supporting the CDF so far, supporting the custodians of culture. Keep supporting us on our social media and our website. If you have any questions, you are free to call 457-9021. Or if you have inquiries about YSAP or any other programs we have in the future, you can, of course, send an email to info@ the CDF St. Lucia, that's STLUCIA .org. Thanks for us coming here. And if St. Lucia, check us out, get your kids involved, get them away from the streets, get them engaged meaningfully, and let's start that transmission of culture.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much, Ryan and Anthony, for coming to share that with us. Of course, Cultural Development Foundation's Youth Summer Arts Platform, and it's happening next week, so you can get registered at the CDF. Check them out on their social handles. Gentlemen, thanks once again.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Dish of the day.
This has been The Daily Dish.
One tiles for your home, I see. Bathroom, kitchen, pantry. Need tiles for your balcony. Come down to Tiles Plus, satisfaction guarantee. Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus. Big tiles with unbeatable cost. Customer service, A+. Need all kind of tiles. Come down to Tiles Plus. We also got gasway and vanity. Doors, you'll see. Come down to mind nobody. We got the best tiles on island. Trust me. We are located Lance Road in Castries, Bosses Grizzly Lakes, and Flag Street in Beaufort. Telephone number 453-7939.
Girl, I've been so stressed searching for the perfect tiles to complete my home.
Really?
Yeah, it's always the same white, beige, and gray tiles with the tile stores. Like they're all buying from the same place. You're the design expert. Help me, please. I'm fed up.
What are you looking for?
Something different. Something that says Caribbean beauty and suits my personality. Something vibrant and classy with a little razzle dazzle.
Okay, Ms. Razzle Dazzle, I know just the place. Island Style Tile and Bath, they're my #1 store for everything tile. And with their new In Living Color collection, you'll find the most gorgeous styles to give you that splash of Caribbean flair you're looking for.
That sounds perfect.
I'll even take you myself and throw in a free design consultation.
I'll never say no to that, sis. I can't afford you anyway.
Visit our Island Style showrooms in Castries, Rodney Bay, and Viewfort, or call 450-452 or 453 Tile. We'll help bring your vision to life in living color.
This is Radio Caribbean International. It's now time for the weather news.
And that's all, of course, on the 1.1. It's now time for your weather report as of Terminal today, presented by Island Style Tile and Bath. Forecast valid for St. Lucia for the next 24 hours. The winds will be blowing from the east near 18 miles per hour or 30 kilometers per hour. The weather fair and hazy, becoming cloudy at times with a few showers. And there is an advisory in here which reads that persons with respiratory ailments and dust allergies should take the necessary precautions due to reduced air quality. Also, small craft operators are advised to exercise caution due to reduced visibility. The forecast for the Los Angeles, fair to occasionally cloudy and hazy with widely scattered showers. And the tropical weather outlook, the Atlantic high pressure system will generate moderate easterly winds across the eastern Caribbean. Over the next few days, patches of low-level cloud drifting along the wind flow will cause some showers and over the Los Angeles during the next 24 hours. Also, a plume of Saharan dust haze will continue to cause reduction in visibility and air quality across the region during the forecast period. A tropical wave located over the central tropical Atlantic is moving westward near 15 miles per hour or 24 kilometers per hour. The tropical cyclone formation is not expected over the tropical Atlantic during the next 7 days. And this was your weather report as of 12 noon today, presented by Island Style Talemba.
This has been RCI's Weather News. For more information, call the Weather Hotline at 454-3452. RCI 101 number 1.
Girl, I've been so stressed searching for the perfect tiles to complete my home.
Really?
Yeah, it's always the same white, beige, and gray tiles with the style stores. Like they're all buying from the same place. You're the design expert. Help me, please. I'm fed up.
What are you looking for?
Something different. Something that says Caribbean beauty and suits my personality. Something vibrant and classy with a little razzle dazzle.
Okay, Ms. Razzle Dazzle, I know just the place. Island Style Tile and Bath, they're my number one store for everything tile. And with their new In Living Color collection, you'll find the most gorgeous styles to give you that splash of Caribbean flair you're looking for.
That sounds perfect.
I'll even take you myself and throw in a free design consultation.
I'll never say no to that, sis. I can't afford you anyway.
Visit our Island Style showrooms in Castries, Rodney Bay, and View Fort, or call 450-452 or 453 Tile. We'll help bring your vision to life in living color.
And welcome back to the Lunchroom here at Radio Caribbean International. Now, of course, we do have some cricket happening pretty soon, starting tomorrow. The West Indies is going to be playing England. And I believe we're going to have our, of course, great update and what to look out for in that upcoming test from none other than Dr. Reds Pereira. Reds, are you online?
Yes, I'm online, but I think we have to just push the cricket back afternoon. Because, of course, Alfred is the headline of the afternoon.
Oh, tell us
Right.
about what's happening with Juliana.
Well, I had to leave because I'm recording my Pereira and Company this afternoon. I couldn't keep people back, and the traffic because of the buildings being knocked down is terrible. But I just got a report from Leslie Clark, my neighbor, who was watching, and he said that it was a very close race. The Jamaican girl was just ahead. The Jamaican girl was just ahead and pulled up. I don't know if the pressure or what, or she had a muscle problem, and Alfred went on to win. I gathered the time was quite a decent time.
Okay, wonderful news about Julian.
Yeah,
there.
so
Of
you
course,
probably will get the details, but a victory is a victory. I mean, Alfred cannot control who is hurt or who is not finishing.
Right.
But it's a sad story from the Jamaican point of view, right?
Yeah, certainly. And of course, she's looking to be performing pretty soon. Of course.
Yeah, definitely. Right.
So good news there.
She doesn't have a lot of time to get over that. It really take a lot of attention. And in the Olympics, you have to run rungs. You just don't run one race. But you'll probably get clearer details. You'll probably see it, and I'm sure that people who didn't hear that Alfred, in fact, won of the 200 in Germany. Interesting that it was a 200, which I suppose people are using to build stamina and things like that.
Okay.
But back to the cricket, it starts tomorrow. The West Indies will be playing one new cap, I understand, McHale from Louis from St. Kitts, and he becomes the first Kittitian to play Test cricket for the West Indies.
Wow.
I have to say that because one Kittitian played for England. He played one Test match, and now here's a genuine Kittitian. It was something that was, I think, in the psyche of the Kittitians, where the Nevisians have had many players playing for the West Indies. And if you look at the square miles of Nevis and the number of people who have played for the West Indies, it's a very high
Remarkable
percentage.
achievement, yes, yeah, per capita
Yeah,
wise,
very
yeah.
high percentage. I gather that the weather will be a little cool and overcast.
This is happening at Lord's tomorrow.
At Lord's, it will be a full house.
No doubt about it.
The West Indies team has not been announced yet, but I'm hoping that if we win the toss, we do not bat. We bowl first, because our strength really is in our bowling rather than our batting. Our batting is full of attacking players, but I think they have to be very disciplined, very selective. Don't play too many balls outside the off stump and things like that. But I hope we bowl first. I think England would, I suppose, send us in if they win the toss. Anderson in his farewell the test match. The crowd is going to be 115% behind England. But we'll do something tomorrow on the opening day. Just on my program, I'm having Ken Crafton will be talking on hot sub.
Right. Are you okay there? Yeah. Okay, sure.
I'll give you the details of my program tomorrow.
You're right there,
we're now moving to the recording stage.
All right.
Okay,
thanks for that. Have a good one. And of course, it's happening from tomorrow. England versus the West Indies at the famous Melbourne Cricket Club at St. John's Wood. And of course, that's Lord's Cricket Ground. And no doubt it'll be very interesting. It's one of two tests that the West Indies is actually going to be playing. The other up in Nottingham at Trent Bridge. That will be happening next week. Next week, Thursday, in fact, that one kicks off. Sorry, my apologies. Actually, there is another test. There is actually a test also at Edgbaston. And that'll be each one in the following week. Yeah, so lots of cricket to be following over the coming weeks ahead with the West Indies touring up in England. And so we do hope that we can get to enjoy that. Now, of course, it is the carnival season right here in St. Lucia, and no doubt there's lots of events happening out there. Yesterday there was the King and Queen of the Bands, and quite a lot of actually very large costumes, of course, on display. And at the end of it all, it appeared that the winner, which for the Queen, no surprise, they've been winning pretty consistently, that of Tribe of 12. And they were portraying Sisters in the Stream, rituals of faith and fellowship. And that was being carried by Sharon Tanner. And Tribe of 12 also got the first runner-up position, Rivers of Blood and Memory. That was carried by Kim Daisy. And Zuvo, second runner-up with Siri. And that was carried by Maya Sifle. And third runner-up for Queen of the Bands was Fusion Mass. And that portrayal there called TFT. And the Dragon Lady, carried by Rosemary Harris. In terms of the King of the Bands, third runner-up was Island Tribe, and it was called Leave the World Behind, and it was handled by Cedric Laura, that costume there. Second runner-up for the Kings was Lamar Sifle's Predator, and that's Pred-8er, with an 8 in the middle there. And that was by Zuvo as well. First runner-up, second place, if you like, Tribe of 12 came in second, with Exodus 14 by Jordan Auger. And just about 14 points separated that score, that costume, to the winner, Fusion Mask, taking it home. And that was by Drogon, King of the Dragons, Protector of the Realm. And that was carried by Giovanni Santomé. And of course, that all happened last night at the SAB. It was a free show and some really majestic costumes, very large ones. And I think it comes back to this whole matter of what do we do with these costumes afterwards? Lots of effort, lots of design and splendor in putting them up. And unfortunately, they don't quite have a home. Now, in the case of Trinidad, I know for a very long time they would have placed them into the lobbies of at the airport at Piarco, and it is a matter that we should be thinking of in some regard in terms of having a carnival city, having maybe even a carnival museum, or some area where these costumes can in fact be enjoyed beyond simply on the night. And so perhaps more thought in that regard is due. There was another matter, of course, quite recently as part of the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival, where a nearly 1,000 piece art exhibition put on by St. Lucian artist Llewellyn Xavier, wonderful portrayals of all sorts of different aspects of St. Lucia place names and people names and what have you, on display, but only for a moment. And the lack of, or the absence of having a proper national arts gallery, no doubt is, I think, to some degree, hurting us in as a society. That idea of keeping these things, keeping the memory of these things beyond perhaps even just the maybe the photos of what may be left over, but certainly being able to celebrate these wonderful works of art, really almost sculptures, really needs to be certainly enjoyed. But of course, we will continue to see how the week pans out for Carnival 2024 here in St. Lucia. From tomorrow, there is in fact the event starting off at the Derek Walcott Square, Mass in the City, Mass on the Square, if you like. So certainly, hopefully, it will be an opportunity to get more into the feel of Carnival if you're not there as yet. And part of the challenge, I think some people have been saying, is that it certainly does feel that Carnival has kind of been boxed in to a shorter period of time, immensely intense, with far more events than we've ever had in the past. Certainly, I don't know the exact statistic on it in terms of the number of carnival events, and even beyond the carnival calendar itself, there are other parties and events being put on by other promoters that perhaps did not even meet or get onto the calendar that's being put on. So it certainly has been a response to that change in the economics of Carnival. It appears, of course, that it is certainly tailoring more towards the shortened time span of a person from the diaspora, a returning national, a visitor wanting to come in to be able to enjoy Carnival. And so it really is perhaps about a 10-day window, 10 to 14-day window within which nearly all the events are sort of packed in into a very, very tight space. And yes, it works out for these promoters and these producers because people are coming in and people are buying out all these various events and the tickets to attend. But it's perhaps has the implication, though, that sometimes people don't really feel that sort of processional rhythm of getting to the point of of arrival, realizing it's carnival. It sort of comes up quite suddenly upon many individuals at this point. But maybe there is a window, of course, within that context of the continued strengthening of things like community carnivals, so that in fact that anticipation and expectation is built up during over a longer period of time. But of course, that's all the time we have today for this program for the Lunchroom. We do hope that you can join us tomorrow for another one. I'm your host, Calix George Jr., saying goodbye.